Are you bored? The quarantine got you feeling unsatisfied with your daily life and hobbies and you want to improve on your drawing skills? Want to draw a goddamn skeleton? But also don't feel like watching thousands of hours of drawing tutorial videos and want to watch something super fast? Although you should probably check them out since the people that made them are 100% more qualified to teach this stuff than me. Then this video is for you! Basically, I'm not gonna teach you how to draw a person from scratch. Who needs that? Treat this as one of those life or, well, drawing hacks videos that you watch without thinking much about it. So most of this I learned during art classes, which I used to attend. So this is certified artist information. First off, draw 2 lines. This is where you're gonna put a person. Second of all, draw a line in between these lines. This is where the pubic bone will go. That's where the half of the body is. I mean, when you bend down, it goes like this, right? And now you're probably wondering about something else. You've probably heard of this thing where a body is usually 7 or 6 heads tall, and now you're unsure on how to separate the lines between here, right? The answer is, everyone is different, and it usually depends on who you're drawing. An adult, a child, a tall woman, a short man, who knows? But for now, let's go with around 7, since it's the most basic option and easiest for learning basic anatomy stuff. What I usually do, though, is do the 2 lines, half, and then about 1/3 in, and then you have a circle in there. That's basically 2/3 of a head. So basically you make a circle and out of it you create like a head. And then you just go down from there. The best way is to just pinpoint where the half of the body is and where the knees are. Knees are usually in the half between these 2 lines. And you just go I usually just go kind of like down. Basically the nipples start around 2 heads down. 3 heads down is where the navel is, the belly button. 4 heads down is the pubic bone, so that's almost a half, technically. Depends on who you're drawing, like I mentioned. That's why I think it's best to start with like the top and bottom line and then start with the middle. But that's usually up for preference. Also remember that the arms end around half of the thigh at this area. The best thing you can do is practice drawing bodies over and over again until you notice yourself making a habit out of checking if everything is kind of correct. So let's say you did that, but now you might have noticed every person I draw looks the same and I want to have a unique style. That's when the fun part begins. EA. Exaggeration and asymmetry. That's basically what a person is, right? Some people have bigger hips, some have wider shoulders, some are taller and are 8 heads tall, some are kids and are 5 heads tall, some are wider, some have scoliosis. Skeletons are always slightly different from each other. Basically, keep in mind you're probably trying to draw a person, not a Ken doll. Unless you are, then good for you. You're basically done for now. But if you want to draw different characters, keep in mind that people come in different shapes and sizes and have fun and experiment with that. But always keep in mind the basics of the skeleton, since that's basically the foundation for the house you're building. The house is your art style. See what I did there? It's a metaphor. Okay. Now there were a lot of mistakes I've caught myself doing when I was younger, and I noticed a lot of newer artists make them as well when they try to switch from a more cartoony style to a more humanized one. Here are some of them. You can even check them on yourself. A hand is as big as a face. Not from chin to eyebrow, because that's what I used to think, but from chin to the hairline. Be careful to avoid this. Or this. A foot is as long as a forearm. I always used to draw feet way too small. The feet have to keep the body up. If they were actually like this, the person I drew would have a huge struggle with walking. Also, a shin is as long as a thigh. A forearm is as long as this part of the arm. Classic. And here's one of the biggest mistakes I used to make. So you got this character drawing, right? Cool. But then you actually draw them sitting down or something. You might think, oh, this doesn't look so bad, but it's actually wrong. The length of a thigh is as long as your entire chest area. Keep that in mind when drawing characters in different poses, since I used to make this mistake a lot. Now you might be wondering, oh damn, what about drawing with perspective? Body shortcuts? How do you draw muscles? And all I can tell you here is, to be honest, I'm not the best in this area and you should watch another video about that. I just want to tell you about anatomy shortcuts that I know. So, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this short video and see you in the next one. I'll probably make something like this but with faces. So, have a good drawing session. Bye!